Okay guys, we are just filling up some gas to do the fuel consumption test for the Mazda CX-5. Hey guys, we are at the BH petrol station in Kayu Ara, and we are in the Mazda CX-5 2.5 liter turbo. We're going to do a fuel consumption test. So if you are ready, here we go. And I will set the fuel consumption meter to 0 and we will start off. Here we go. So we're just leaving the BH petrol station. We're going to do a 30-kilometer run, and that will take us to toll plaza on the Lata Highway, I think. Yeah. And we are going to cover that distance at speeds that are reflective of the road traffic conditions. Okay, we're going to hit the toll again, and I hope today we don't get a lot of people getting stuck in the toll plaza. It always happens to us whenever we want to go through the toll. Okay, so the reading is in kilometers per liter, and right now it is showing 5.3 because we started with a heavy load from standstill and all that, so the consumption will be a bit worse at this time. And okay, so we have enough money in the smart tech and we are going. So hopefully we'll see a better number. See, you can see here, if you can see from the camera at the back, is 5.3, but you can also see from the camera on my dashboard, or rather on my instrument panel. There's a bit of a glare, but yeah, I think you can still see. So if I cover this, yeah, it helps a bit if I put the sunshade out. Okay, we have gone 1.5 kilometers and it is already improved to 7.4, but the mooted fuel consumption on this car is 8.2 liters per 100. So 8 liters per 100 is about 12.5 kilometers per liter. So we should get a bit between 12 to 12.5 if we want to achieve the numbers as mooted by Mazda itself. In their website, it says you can do 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers. And so if you want to know how much it is in kilometers, what you do is you take 100 divide by 8.2 and you will get, I think that's how it works, and you will get kilometers per liter. Yeah, 8.2 kilometers per 100. So 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers. Yeah, my math is not that great. Yeah. Okay, so we are going at a speed of about 85. 90 is the speed limit here, if I remember. Okay, now we are hitting 90. And the way of driving this car is, as all the cars, we go on a light throttle and we go at the speed that is either the speed limit or the speed of the traffic that is going the same way as us. Oops, we have exceeded 90, sorry. So we are a little bit above the speed limit, but it's okay because as we go up the hill, it will slow down. And so a little bit about this Mazda CX-5 2.5 liter turbo. Well, it has 228 horsepower and 420 Newton meters of torque. So therefore, if you want a very powerful SUV that has all-wheel drive, well, this is the one to consider, because this is under 200,000 ringgit. Yeah, you can get this wonderful machine that has such power, such torque, and such grip because it's got all-wheel drive. And of course, Mazda is one of the better equipped Japanese brands. They go more on premium features to give you that feeling of exclusivity. Plus, they also have this thing called Gearbox High. So if you look at a Mazda, any Mazda, you will find that the center of the seat, the center of the steering, and the meters, and also the brake pedal, they are all in one straight line, yeah. And it's made so that you have this feeling of being oneness in the car because it's part of the Gearbox High sensation they want to give you. And we have to slow down because we are now following two cars that are going slowly up the hill. And also Mazda, the team of designers in Mazda are actually relatively young, and I've actually met some of them in my previous trip to Japan, and they are very passionate about building Mazdas. So they believe Mazda has this thing called the zoom zoom philosophy, where they believe that everybody has this desire to go zoom zoom, even from a very young age. You know how it is when you're a kid, you pretend you're driving a car, you go zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, so that's the Mazda zoom, zoom spirit. And in that spirit, they want to build a car that is fun to drive for everybody. So it may not be the fastest car, but it will be a fun to drive car. And they try to instill this spirit with every car they build. Yeah, and with the Gearbox High philosophy, you can be as one with the car. They make the conditions for that. Even the pedal feel, the brake feel, and driving feel, they try to make it as close as you can to make the car an extension of yourself. Yeah. So when you drive a Mazda, it feels like the car is an extension of you. You and the car are together, and that's the spirit of Gearbox High. Okay, so what we are driving now is the 2024 facelift model, and I believe this is the 5th facelift of the Mazda CX-5 since it came out about 10 years ago. I can't remember. Yeah, it's around 10 years ago. And now the CX-5 is locally assembled. So what you have for the 2024 is the different grille in the front, LED lights and different tail lights, and also now the car comes with GVC Plus and full ADAS features. Yeah, so you have all the safety features that you wanted, and some that some of you may not want. Yeah, so for me, all I need is blind spot monitor, and that's it, nothing else. Of course, I want things like traction control. I want things like AEB, which is good, you know, and I want also ABS, and also the other one is stability control. Yeah, although I do sometimes switch them off. Yeah. Okay, so that's all I want, but this one has got everything else, including rear traffic alert, you know, and also for sports enthusiasts, you also have paddle shifters. So this is quite a good car. And now we are driving at about a little bit over 90 kilometers per hour, and the car is very silent. You don't hear engines. Nowadays the insulation is so good, and also the gearing is very tall. Yeah, we are going at less than 2000 RPM, and we are going at about 90 kilometers per hour. So I would say the gearing is about maybe 55 kilometers per 1000 RPM. It's around there, yeah, in top gear. And of course, this is a 6-speed automatic with lock-up clutches all the way, so you don't get all that slush box feeling where there's a lot of slip. Yeah, so actually, in fact, from 8 kilometers onwards, 8 kilometers per hour onwards, the car the gearbox actually is in full lock, so there is no slip. So Mazda says that this is the best thing you can have, which is the best of all the worlds between a DCT, CVT, and an automatic gearbox plus a manual. Yeah, so this is the best combination because it doesn't have the rubber band effect of the CVT. It doesn't have the, what you call, the jerkiness of the DCT and the wear and tear of the DCT, and it is smoother and it doesn't have the slip of an automatic gearbox. So it is the next best thing to a manual, so they say, and I've had no problem with the gearbox. I've been driving the Mazda brand of cars with the 6-speed gearbox for a very, very long time. No issues whatsoever. So having 6-speed or 8-speed or 10-speed, is there any difference? Well, I think 6-speed is okay already lah. You don't need anything more than that, because even if you have a 7 and an 8 gear, these gears are usually overdrive, because if you put them too close at the bottom end of the spectrum, the gear changes become kind of like meaningless. Yeah, so 6-speed is good enough for me as it is. Anyway, oh no, we have gone for 14.4 kilometers, and I would like to report that we have actually achieved the motor fuel consumption. In fact, we have done better than that. Yeah, we are doing 12.8 kilometers per liter, and at 12.5 kilometers per liter, I think it already means it is going at 8 liters per 100 kilometers. So 12.8 is maybe 7 point something liters per 100 kilometers. So we have actually achieved that 8.2 kilometers per liter target that we set out this morning. But having said that, please be aware that we are driving on the highway. We are driving at about between 90 to 100 kilometers per hour, which is the speed limit here at this moment, and we are following the traffic. So I think I have to come out and overtake already. Okay, so up to here. Oh no, we have gone to 13.1. Now remember guys, this is a 2.5 liter turbocharged all-wheel drive SUV. I think the weight of this SUV is in the region of 1.7 tons. I don't have the weight with me, but it's that. And this is a C segment SUV with a wheelbase, I think is 2700 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this is a medium-sized or mid-sized SUV. It can seat 5 people with lots of luggage at the back, and this design is quite timeless lah. So okay, there's an ambulance at the back. I'm in the middle lane, but I will move one more lane to the left to give the ambulance a chance to overtake us safely. There he goes. Okay, he's just transporting somebody on a longer distance because the sirens are not on. So it's just moving along, and yes, we must give way to ambulances. Actually, when you're driving on the road, what you need to be is to be aware of your surroundings. That's very important. Because if you are not aware of your surroundings, even ambulance come by so you don't know. Okay? So there's something to be said for not having your radio on full blast. Some people have the radio and music on full blast, so even if there's an ambulance with the siren sounding, they cannot hear. And then of course, if they have tunnel vision, they cannot see, they don't look in the mirrors. So even if you cannot hear, you can still see the flashing lights. So for the ambulance just now, I saw the flashing lights because the siren wasn't on. So having what you call situational or environmental awareness is very important. Yeah, you see that Ford Ranger driving like his house is on fire. Okay, never mind. Anyway, we are near the turn off and I have to accelerate to get in front of this truck, otherwise I cannot turn in. And we have 13.8 kilometers per liter. Oh my gosh, that's really fantastic, isn't it? Okay, so guys, today is a very hot day. It's around 12 noon and my temperature for my aircon on the left hand side is set for low, which is like 16 degrees, and on the right hand side, yes, it's a 2 zone for me here. It is 18.5 degrees set, and we're not going to hit 18.5 degrees in this heat, so the aircon is running 100%, yeah, working very hard to cool down the car down to 18.5 on my side and maybe 17 on the other side, and so that consumes a bit of fuel too. And the fan speed is at 4 out of 6, yeah, or 3 out of 5. So it's a very, very hard-working car now. So consumption is not at its ideal. Even so, we are showing 13.8. But of course, the distance is very, very short, and it's still very volatile. It will change quite a bit because we've only gone for 21.4 kilometers. Yes, the reading will still be very sensitive. If I power a bit harder now, it will go down at least 1 or 2 points. Oh, how did we overtake the ambulance? I think the ambulance was stuck in the toll, which is very strange. Why should the ambulance be stuck in the toll? They should give priority, yeah? Anyway, he's not going very fast, so that means he's just on a routine mission, not an emergency mission. Okay, so we are taking the Lata Highway, heading towards Bestari Jaya and Kuala Selangor, and we're just taking the exit ramp. And over here we have done 22.3 kilometers. Concentrate on the safe exit from this ramp, and we are now, the consumption has dropped to 13.6 because of the acceleration and all that, because of the stopping. Like I said, it is a bit sensitive at this stage because we've only gone 23 kilometers, yeah. Now, in real life, you may not get the same mileage as what we are getting now unless you drive exactly like this under these exact same conditions. You may get a bit better if you are more frugal in your driving, or you may get worse if you have to accelerate harder, or if you are in a rush and you accelerate, the consumption will change accordingly. But the purpose of our run today is actually to show you what the car can do, yeah. So having said that, it is based on the instrumentation provided by the car company, which is on the instrument panel. Here comes the ambulance again, it just passed us, so we'll let it go along its way peacefully. And also even the odometer is calibrated by Mazda, and it comes with the car as standard, so we have not done it. And having said that, we also have not tuned the engine. We got the car from Mazda for the Chinese New Year period, and the total mileage the car has done is only 788 kilometers up to now. So it is a new car, and so the engine is a little bit tight still, but this is the consumption we're getting now, and we have got back to 13.8, and we are slowing down for the traffic, and there are cars overtaking us. I'm a bit reluctant to overtake because there are cars that are coming fast behind me. But guys, look, this is the speed of the normal traffic that is existing on the road. I didn't pay these guys to be here, and I didn't tell them, hey, please go slowly, to show people that we are following the speed of the traffic. No, we didn't. So now what we're going to do is, the road behind me is a little bit clear, so I'm going to overtake these two cars. And I'm happy to report we have done 26 kilometers and our reading is 14.1 kilometers per liter. And I think the speed limit here is maybe 90 or 100, but we're going at 100 and we're going fine, and we are showing 14.1. Yep, you can see on the meter there's a bit of glare at the bottom, but please excuse that, it's just the sun. If I put my hand up there, you can see my hand. There's a shadow, there's some glare from the instrument panel because of the sun. It's 12 noon, the sun is directly ahead. Yeah, it's 12:07 now to be exact. And we have gone 27.4 kilometers and we are showing 14.0, which is actually quite good. Okay, we're going at about 85 to 90. So you can say for the higher most part of our run, we have been going at around between 80 to 100 lah, so you can say that. So therefore, if you can drive at this kind of speed, you can get this type of fuel consumption. But of course, when you buy a 228 horsepower, 420 Newton meters of torque vehicle in a four-wheel drive, you're not going to drive slow, because if you wanted to drive slow, you could have bought a 2-liter, which would give you probably better mileage than this at this type of driving condition. Yeah. So guys, you can choose what you want. You want power, you accelerate and enjoy the zoom zoom. Okay. And if you're on economy, you drive like this. So this is the potential of the car. We are now at 29.2 kilometers. We will hit the toll coming up, and that will signify the end of our drive for this fuel eco run. And I like to report at this moment we have 13.9 because we're climbing a hill and we are going up the hill and we are going down now, and we have 30 kilometers. Yes, so all the car meters end up with 30 around here, and I would like to show you that the meter reading now is 13.9. Yeah, so we have 13.9 kilometers per liter. Achievement unlocked. Our target was 12 point something. Yeah, so we have 14. Yes. So at this toll is the marker is 14.0, or if you want 13.9, fine. All right, guys. So that's our run for the Mazda CX-5 2.5 turbo all-wheel drive. Thank you for being with us, and till we meet again, bye-bye. And of course, if you want to buy this car, please go to shop.yskhongdriving.com or send me a WhatsApp at 016-335-0609. Thanks again for being with us, and bye-bye.